Good afternoon, karibuni sana. My name is Lucy. I work at Janta, and today we'll be taking you through how to attract the right kind of audience for your social media platforms. Now, this live session is not for everybody. It is for those people who are looking to scale their businesses. So if you're just here to try and figure out, do I want a career in social media? Do I want to do business on social media, and you're not figuring out where this is for you, this live is not for you. But if you're running a business, either as a creator or as a business trying to build a social brand, or you're just trying to get more customers online, stay until the end. We will be giving you some pro tips, and we shall be sharing with you a worksheet that you could be using. So yeah, karibuni sana. If you are online and you have any questions, please ask. We're looking forward to engaging with you. Karibuni sana. Great, then we can start. So have you ever felt like that you're putting everything you've got online, you've put your heart into it, you've made sure you've gotten the right kind of photos, the right kind of videos, you've even hired someone to come and shoot for you, you've gotten a professional to come do reels for you, you've gotten somebody who's done editing, they're looking gorgeous. Like I've seen some of my clients, they would go to the effort of even hiring an Airbnb so that they can stage their items, so that they're looking beautiful. You've hired a whole production team, you've done gorgeous videos, but you're not selling, you're not getting customers online. If you're posting, it's guys are just loving it because the pictures are beautiful, the videos are nice, but no one is buying. Or if they're buying, considering how much you have spent on putting up the advertising budget, it is not good, it is not comparable to what you're actually getting out of it. And if you're selling, you're selling, but it's not making financial sense, if you get what I mean. And that's another conversation for another day. Now, I've had a client, she was selling baby clothes, and she was doing everything, guys. She was doing TikTok lives, she was doing TikTok videos, she was on Instagram posting, she was even on Facebook posting in those marketplaces, but she was not getting any. Okay, she was getting sales, but it was not as much as you'd think. I mean, her sales were at most 30,000, 50,000 shillings per month. As you can imagine, that is not sustainable. You can't even pay rent and pay an employee, leave alone buy more stock. And it was happening month in, month out, month in. Then one time she'd do 80,000, and then it goes back to 30,000 shillings, and you're like, okay, where am I going wrong? Where you need to start, okay, she's doing much better now. The sales are through the roof. At least she's making between 300 and 400,000 per month. But at least now we have an understanding of, okay, who are you speaking to? Are you speaking to everybody, or are you speaking to the person who will buy from you? I think the first place you need to figure out is, why am I attracting the wrong people? What is it that you're doing? You're doing the right kind of aesthetic, you're doing the right kind of posts. You've Googled, you've gone on YouTube, you've checked everywhere, they've told you do this, do that, do the other, but you're still attracting the wrong people. I can tell you, for example, first few times we used to run ads at Janta, we'd get people asking for jobs. The first few times it was asking for jobs. The next few times we were getting people who are asking for money. The next few times it was men trying to get a date with one of us. And we were like, okay, first of all, this ad was not even targeted towards men. We were looking for women for this particular product. Why are men responding? And one of the things, and because we also get information from other consultancies, we don't pretend to know everything, and we learn from other people as well. And one of the consultants, I think this would be more social media, and she was like, I think you're talking to the wrong person, when even you're just doing your regular posts. And it was true. And when we changed who we were talking to, it shifted even the people who the algorithm will show our content to. So one of the common mistakes you probably are making is speaking to everybody. Anybody who's online, who wants to watch you, who wants to listen to you, who wants to look at your aesthetic, you're talking to them. The mistake here is you haven't defined who your target audience is. Sit down as a business, think about who am I selling to? And if this is a difficult question, look at people who have been buying from you and see, can I create a persona out of it? Am I selling to Vivian, who's in her late 30s, who is a career woman, or what we call a boss babe, and she is interested in lifestyle items, she's interested in household stuff, she's interested in interior decor, she goes out to fancy places, fancy restaurants with her friends, she likes to travel, she drives this kind of car, or is my target market Michael, who is a 25-year-old dude. He enjoys loud cars, goes to car shows, he prefers dressing a certain kind of way, he hangs out in this kind of pubs, or understand who your customer is so that you're able to now figure out, how do I create messaging that speaks to this individual? Again, guys, if you have any question, please post in the comment section, engage with us. If you like what we're saying, please give us a heart, a like, stars, whatever you have on the platform that you're on. We are really, really grateful when you do that. All right. So now that you've figured out who you're talking to, and that's not what we're going to dwell on today, I'm sure most of you already know this. Number 2 is your messaging. Is it talking about the transformation that your potential client is going to have? So for example, for like us, the kind of transformation we give our clients is very, very clear in our minds. We work with our clients from when they're earning, say, I'll give you an example of a client who, when we started working with her, she was making 264. I know she'll know herself. 264,000 a month. Now she earns between 1.5 to 1.8 million per month. And we know the transformation is clear. You make money when you work with us. Do you communicate the transformation? And I'll tell you this, most of the time when we're talking about what we do is like, if you, say for example, if you're a voice coach, you're talking about, I'll teach you how to sing, all right? Or if you sell goods, say for example, if you sell phones, you'll be talking about, you have these features, you have this delivery charges of free delivery, all those. You're talking about features. You're not talking about the transformation your client will go through. All right, so let me give you an example. We once worked with a makeup artist. She had over 30,000 followers. By the way, followers are nice, but if they're not buying, they're not nice. You want people, you'd rather have 5,000 followers and you have quality leads and people who are willing to pay for whatever you're charging, than have 100,000 followers or people who just come to see what you're doing today. So so I was talking about this makeup artist. She has making reels. Yes, she has customers, but she's not making the kind of money she feels she should be doing. So why? Her posts were fun. They were glamorous. They were pretty. People are like, oh my God, yes, that is gorgeous. But she was not calling out the woman who wants luxury, who wants glam. So you keep attracting customers who want to pay 200 shillings for lashes. You get what I'm saying? So you need to call out that woman and talk to her about what kind of transformation. So if you're a woman who can afford those kind of services, for example, if you are able to pay 50,000, for example, for brows to be done, there's something you're looking for in particular, and we'll get into that. So right now, what you want to do, and I hope you're writing notes, is figure out, who am I currently attracting versus who should I be attracting? So if you're not looking at your stats, this is the problem. You need to be looking at your stats, looking at the demographics of the people you're talking to. What age are they? Are you attracting more men? Are you attracting more women? Depending on your product. Are you attracting this particular age? Where is the location of the people who follow you? If you're not figuring out that, and even from the DMs that you're getting, or if it's crickets, you need to figure out what the problem is. But if it's not crickets and you're getting DMs and it's guys saying hi, 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 try and figure out who they are so that you know what not to attract. Do a self-audit, number one. You must do a self-audit so that you know, fix that, and then now what do we do in the future? Point number two, you need to understand your client deeply. Understand them. Do they buy goods or do they buy solutions? Are they buying clarity? Are they buying confidence? Are they buying trust? What is it that they want from you? Understand what their buying decisions look like. Do they like a person just because, oh, you speak very good English, or you speak very good Swahili, or you speak very good whatever you speak? Or are they attracted by, oh, this person is speaking to my problem, or it's like they understand me, or it's like I feel like we could be friends. And this is something I've gotten from Anne. Anne is Unprepared to Entrepreneur. She's very good at storytelling, and you feel like online, the way you connect with her, it's like, I want her to be my friend, all right? And she keeps telling me, no, Lucy, you're such a warm person, but sometimes I don't get that online. And you know, that's good feedback, because that's how you know, okay, fine, this is what I need to fix, okay? So, when you're thinking about what you're presenting online, depending on the kind of content you're doing, regardless, who are you speaking to and what do they want to feel? How do they feel when they watch your content? Do they feel heard? Do they feel seen? Do they feel like you're trying to sell to them? And this is not a problem. Like, selling to a customer is not a problem. People expect that you're here to do business, but they still want to feel like you care about them. So you have to really understand what your customer is looking for. There are people who don't want too much information. They just want you to show them what the thing can do, and they will buy. And I think this, especially for men, is very different. They're not really into emotions. But when you're selling to women, it's a different ballgame. So you really must understand who you're trying to sell to. So when you're figuring out how to sell, figure out what are they frustrated with at the moment. If you're thinking about selling clothes to plus size women, what are their frustrations? Is it their ability to buy, or is it like for one of my good clients who sells plus size lingerie, who you should go and buy from? We will plug her right after this. Is it the embarrassment of having to go and try out plus size bras or plus size underwear in a shop and then leaving without anything because nothing fits you? What are their frustrations? Is it that they can't buy, just know this is my size and just order and it's delivered? Understand their pain. I think even as she's doing business, she's been telling me, I think what they're struggling with is just coming to the shop and having someone look at them and they're already feeling some type of way about their body. And when you get into the feeling of the customer, it's easy for you to now figure out, okay, how do I solve this, even in the customer journey that I'm going to build. So it's important that we're looking at it that way, so that we're figuring out, okay, how am I treating my customers' frustrations? All right. So then, what transformation are they secretly craving? For example, if you're selling a weight loss product, is it the weight loss that your customer is looking for, or is it that they want to be desirable, or is it that they want to be able to climb stairs without feeling like they're going to pass out? Or do they want to feel like, for me personally, in my weight loss journey, I'm really craving the ability to run. And you see, those are things that no one will ask me. They will like, oh, try this thing out, try this gym, try this whatever. But then for me, they have not really understood what I'm looking for as a customer, Have they understood that I want to be able to walk or run a marathon, or do I want to look a certain way in dresses, or do I want to look like? So you have to understand my deepest desire as a potential customer. Figure out what transformation is this that I want. then now speak to that transformation. Don't just speak into the result. The result is nice, but what will it make me feel, and what will it make me do that I'll want to buy from you, because that's my dream and that's what you're speaking into. And then what's the language that they'll understand to describe their pain? Like if I'm telling you my pain of, say, waking up or standing up quickly and have joint pain, how do you describe that in a language I understand, and how can I communicate that to you in a language you understand? So language also will be something you really will need to think about when you're presenting presenting that kind of content that will draw up the customer. So really think about it deeply. Don't just say, okay, go to ChatGPT, ask it give me a prompt for this product. ChatGPT doesn't have feelings, but you could train it to think in a certain direction that will touch on that, because it's intelligent enough. But you have to be intentional enough for you to get those kind of prompts, or the kind of captions that you're likely to look for. So it's when you're thinking about your customer, really go deep into their heart, deep into their feelings. That way you are able to speak their language, speak so that they feel heard. They want to connect with you so that they buy into you. Okay? If you have any questions, again, please comment in the comment section. But we had some that we had received earlier, so I'm being told they're underneath my notes. Alright, so I got excited when I saw my post went viral. Thousands of shares, hundreds of comments, but all the engagement came from people who weren't even in the target market. It felt like attention with no conversion. What's the point of reach if it doesn't lead to revenue? There is no point to reach if it doesn't lead to revenue. All your business activities need to be leading towards revenue. You're not here to entertain people, you're here to make money. So if you're targeting the wrong people and you have hundreds and thousands of likes and you're not making any money, it's for naught. Today I watched a video of a young girl who had posted about going to demonstrations, and someone offered her a job online, and her father sold, I think, goods so that she could travel for this job. Now, she became viral, she became popular. It was a heartfelt cry, and for her, I'm sure she was not looking to get help, she was just speaking her heart out. Then someone goes and takes advantage of that, and then doesn't give her the job, but they've gone and gotten the clout. So for me, I feel like virality does not necessarily deliver what you need. And I mean, and I'm sorry to use this story as an example, and not to disrespect her or anything, but imagine if there was if she was able to do a similar post and get people who could actually help her. So I think it's important that we think about what you will achieve with virality. If you become viral and then make money, great for you. I mean, that's what we all want to do. But if you're not making any cash and then you become popular, or people know who you are, but then it doesn't give you anything after that, then why do it, you know? So I think it's important that when, as a business, because I'm speaking to entrepreneurs here, I'm not speaking to creators only. If you're thinking about posts and you're only thinking about how many people have liked my post, how many people have shared, the one that you should really be thinking about are the people who are saving. Because if they're saving it, it means they probably are thinking about purchasing in the future. So it's important to really think about what you're looking for and the kind of people you want to talk to online. Great. So I'm hoping you're taking your notes. If you're taking your notes, write one sentence. Take your pen and jot down. My ideal client is someone who is struggling with dash and wants dash. Let me repeat that. My ideal client is someone who's struggling with dash and wants dash. Okay, great. Let's move on to the next. So We want messaging that attracts. So you want to be a magnet. It's just like success. We say we don't run towards success, we attract it. So we have to be ready for it. It's like money. Money, you attract money, it will come to you. If you're ready for it, you're prepared for it, you know where it's coming from, you prepare yourself to be, wealthy, because wealth doesn't just hit you and you're and you are not expecting it. Wealth is something that you prepare for. You have to be in the right mindset, you have to be in the right position in life, and you must be ready for money. So it's important that even when we're doing messaging, think about attracting your potential customer. Attracting, not pushing things down their throat. Attract them. Why? Because what you say online, if you want to draw people to you, let them feel like you're reading their diary. If they were to talk about their issues in their journal, let them feel like you understand them so well, you know their deepest pains. So you want to attract them through the messaging. So for example, when you're talking to a customer, and this I think for people who are already in business, you already know, you don't say you, we say we, because we're going to work together on fixing your issues. You lead with a transformation. Don't say, oh, we offer this, we offer the other. No, we lead with what are you expecting, right? It's like when you're thinking about a Mercedes or buying a Mercedes, you think about the status. We don't think about the vehicle itself. Okay, yeah, it'll have fantastic features, but it's usually the status, the ability to drive somewhere and not feel like you're going to hide your car in some weird parking over there. I remember one of the people who were teasing me about my first car when I was driving it. My biggest issue was going to a big meeting. I'm still a young entrepreneur at that time. I am meeting someone at a big hotel, a client. They've just flown into the country for the meeting. You've talked big on email, you said you're going to be able to deliver this and the other, and then you have to hide your car in the other side. Or you've Ubered to the venue so that you say, oh, my car has gone for a wash, I don't know what. So that you're afraid for the client to see your car. So anyone selling to me a car at that time would be selling me status, because I want to be able to comfortably park my car wherever I'm going, and I don't care what you see. I mean, I've arrived. So when you're selling an item, really lead the conversation with the transformation. Imagine what this product could do for you. Imagine if you're selling skincare, you always start with the transformation. You're like, oh, you're so beautiful, your skin has become so clear, etc. It's the transformation the client wants to hear about. Beyond even the beauty is, if you've watched adverts for people who sell skincare, it's always about, you now can walk into a room and people are wowed by the person who's walked in. She's so beautiful because she's using this product. So it's not just that I have smooth skin. It's that I can walk into a room and people notice me. I can walk into a room, I'm feeling confident, I can wear what I want. It's that transformation that your customer is really looking for. All right. Another thing you want to do is show social proof of what you have been able to do for others. So if you're able to show that I've done this for this customer, I've done this for this customer, success stories really sell, because one, it creates trust in the customer. They also want to see, okay, if that has happened to so and so, that could also be me. So if you're just selling and you're not showing what other people have gone through, or what other people have been able to achieve working with you or buying your product or your service, it's hard to sell. You're building a wall of trust that you are going to have to scale up. So it's easier to use success stories, because they show your customer, oh, this is a transformation I can expect. And I've had so many people say, oh, I saw so and so. That's why influencer marketing works, because they're like, oh, I saw so and so, this is what they were doing, or they were taking this weight loss product, now they're looking like this. That's why things like that work. Social proof. So your content pillars need to be around things like results, values, lifestyle, learning, education, things like this is who you will end up looking like, or this is who you will end up being after being transformed by our product or service. I hope I'm communicating clearly enough. Then, say for example, if you're selling websites, don't say, oh, we sell fantastic websites, we sell, okay, I won't even go to the features because I'm not very good at that. But imagine if you say to a customer, we help you build trust online. And you're able to close more deals without chasing your clients. That is a better sales pitch than saying we sell websites. Great. So if you're taking notes, this is your next point. So you want to write down what would be my elevator pitch online. What's my elevator pitch? Who am I talking to? If you had one elevator ride, that's 15 seconds max with a CEO online, what would be your elevator pitch? And then if you're willing to, guys, you could share your handles, your IG handles. Then we will look through them, we will see what can we help with, what kind of advice would we give in terms of whatever. Especially if you like have a specific post that you'd really want us to look at, please drop your IG handles, or you could DM us if you're a bit shy. DM us and we will get back to you and we'll let you know what we think about your page. Great. So let me read out another question. All right. So when I raise my prices, engagement drops. When I lower them, inquiries come in, but no one actually converts. It's like I'm stuck in a loop of low-cost noise. How do you raise your worth without losing your voice? So this I will answer with the next point. So you want to do positioning and visibility tactics. High quality clients are watching your content, but are you positioned to be chosen? Say for example, today I'm looking for high quality carpets, and I'll go to Instagram and search carpets without, I'll just search, and then there'll be several pages that will come up. Then I'll go through each and I'll be seeing their posts. I'm like, this one yes, this one probably not, this one I'm not so sure about them. So what makes me as a customer choose the supplier I'm going to go with? One, I want someone I can instantly trust. There'll be two types of clients, and we were having this conversation in the Women Scaling Up community, and we came up with the two types of clients. There are those who will watch your posts for some time before they make the decision to buy. They want to see if you're consistent in your posting. They want to see, am I seeing any nasty comments in the posts? Am I seeing any feedback? Am I going to ask around and see, has anyone bought from you? The people who take their time before they build a trust. The other people who they see what they want, they buy. They will send money even before, because the way you project yourself and the information you've given, it's enough for them to make a decision and they'll buy instantly. So things like showing the behind the scenes of your process helps them. For example, if you're not showing your customer your shop, for example, you're not showing them where they're going to buy, or maybe how you package things, or there's nothing beyond the product, they're just seeing the product alone, they're not seeing anyone, there's no face, it's hard to build trust. And I'm saying this knowing very well that there are people who have faceless channels where they don't want to show their face, but there are other things that you could use for behind the scenes. So it doesn't have to be a face, but it could be, say, a location, could be a venue, could be your process of how you deliver your service or deliver your goods. People want more information beyond whatever you're selling. Are you going beyond that? Are you giving insightful tips beyond just selling? If, for example, if you sell makeup, do you show how to prepare, how to store? There's some makeup that will need to be kept in a fridge. Are you going beyond the normal? Are you going beyond even the competition? Because remember, you're competing for eyeballs. Are you going beyond your competition in terms of the kind of tips you're giving, the kind of information that you're offering your customer, so that they're able to feel welfare? You're caring about how will I enjoy your service, or how will I enjoy your product? you actually care about that transformation that we were talking about earlier. So if you're not offering anything beyond what you're selling, then the trust process becomes difficult. Then when you're creating content, think about things like the tone you're using, the aesthetic of the picture, the clarity. Is the information you're giving clear enough for the customer? Do they understand what you're trying to communicate to them, or do they understand what you're selling? Is it clear? Is the pricing clear? Even if it's not something you want to talk about in the beginning, is it clear that you provide a quotation, or do you just DM everybody who comments how much there, and then everyone else who's coming to see, they're like, okay, how much is not being answered here? Are you clear enough so that your customer feels like they can trust you, and that you're not afraid to talk about your price? Let me tell you something. Don't be afraid of charging what you need to charge. Don't be afraid of people knowing how much you charge. Today, nobody thinks that you should be buying a Mercedes for $1 million Kenya shillings at the very least, Everyone expects that it will cost you, at least a new one will cost you 7-8 million from the showroom. It's just an expectation. People will not go and abuse Mercedes for being expensive. It's because they have communicated value, and they've communicated that it's not for everybody. It's just for a particular type of client. So you who doesn't afford, you will not go and abuse them for the car that, oh, your car is too expensive, who do you think you are? No. It's because you understand I'm not at that price level yet. But if you are, they're speaking to you. You get what I'm saying? So don't be afraid of stating which kind of customer you have. I know somebody who, in their pinned comments, they said, my charges start from 50,000. Talk to me if you're ready. For us, we charge. We're not cheap. We charge a premium for the kind of clients we deal with, and it's because they understand the value. If you're moving from making 3 million a month to 7 million a month, there is value in paying what you pay us. So we're not trying to sell to everybody. We're trying to sell to a particular kind of client who wants to scale their business from being micro to being a large business. We are not trying to get people who are trying to start, because unless you're able to pay, you're not the target client. The client who we're talking to is someone who's already in business. They know what they want. They know the work they need to put in so that they go to the next level, and that's just who we want to deal with as a client. You need to understand who your client is. Don't be afraid of charging what you need to charge. And if you find yourself attracting people who cannot afford your service, time to change tactics. It's time to book a call with us. All right. So your last 3 posts that you've done, go back to them, audit them. Do they speak to the client you want? And let me tell you, we've all gone through this. Even us, we got to a point where we're like, okay, we're getting people who are complaining about paying our consultation fee. We're like, okay, I think we're not talking to the right people. The right people know. There's a reason why. I was having a conversation with someone yesterday, very interesting, and they were wondering, the companies they work for, they have this amount of money leaving the business being paid to management consultants. And he was wondering why do they pay this kind of money? What is this that they're doing? But remember, rich people know they don't know everything. It's only the poor who are trying to do everything by themselves. Rich people usually know, or even people who have been entrepreneurs for a very long time, they know they are not experts in everything. So they need an expert to come in to tell them about marketing. They need an expert to come in and tell them about sales. They need an expert to come and talk to them about legal. They need another expert to talk to them about finance. The best businesses are built by brains coming together. You get what I'm saying? So it's not really about knowing everything. Get information from elsewhere as well. Right? I'm trying to deviate. Let's get back to a post. So audit your last 3 posts. Do they speak to your client? Do they speak to the person you're looking for? Are you speaking to the people who will be like, what is this that you're charging? If that's the kind of people you're attracting, just stop everything and reevaluate your strategy. All right. Then finally, we're going to build the funnel that filters out. So it's not just about attracting. You also must filter out the chaff. You must separate, like in the Bible, separate the wheat from the chaff. What am I saying? You will, even as you're trying to attract customers, Do it like a bank. A bank will do adverts all the places and say, this is what you're doing. We're giving loans for this kind of people, or this loan is for this person, or this is a status product they're selling to this person. All kind of people will walk into the bank. What does the bank do? They make you fill forms. They are qualifying you to see if you're the kind of customer they want. So you also must, as you're attracting, must also qualify the people who are coming in, so that you're not just attracting everyone and then you end up dealing with people who you should really be dealing with. So you create boundaries with things like automation. And remember, you need to use automation in a process that's already working. Automation can make you lose customers, so you have to be very careful with that. So use forms that qualify. So maybe ask people to fill a form, and this is not for everything, it depends on what you're selling. Create a service guide so that people understand this is how to deal with you. Service guides are what we call like frequently asked questions. How much does this cost? What do I expect? How long does it take to deliver this service? Who should I talk to in case I'm stuck? What are the contacts for customer service? So just give a brief of what the customer should expect to experience, pin it up there, let people know the kind of information they need if they're going to do business with you. All right. And then your highlights up there, just create like a sales funnel, depending, especially if you're using Instagram, create like a funnel so that it's able to filter out people, so people already understand this one either is for me, this one is really not for me. So if you're able to comment, or if you want to DM us, just tell us what's your number one struggle attracting quality clients. Quality clients, not just clients, quality. How do we define a quality client? One who can afford your services, one who is going to be at least not difficult to work with. They will come back and buy, and they will refer clients to you. What's your biggest challenge attracting this kind of customer? Let us know in the DMs. We really like hearing from you. All right. So again, don't forget, drop your page handle so that we can have a look at it, maybe give you a word or two in terms of advice, in terms of what you could change. Yeah. So your dream clients are waiting for you. Everyone is online. Don't be fooled. Even the rich and wealthy are online. They are consuming content. They are looking at things. They're shopping online. And these ones, they shop. They don't care. They don't care about losing money. So they don't even struggle with getting trust. So if your customer is online, whatever amount of money they can spend on you, what is stopping you from getting that customer? Point to ponder. That's it for today. Thank you very much. Hope to hear from you soon. Please DM us. We look forward to hearing from you. I hope you have learned something new. Again, my name is Lucy. I work for Janta. Karibuni sana. Thank you, and see you next time.